Okay, Eraser Crumbs here with you today, and today we're going to be talking about faces. Now, if you remember last week, we talked a little bit about guidelines and erasers, and we had our little eraser pals that you perhaps used some guidelines to draw with, right? Good work if you did. If not, that's okay too. But, they're there for you to use if you want to. You can always freehand things too, but they do help you a little bit. And we'll be using them in different ways as we get a little bit more advanced. So, use them, don't use them, but they're handy. Anyway, so here's your guidelines. And then we worked on putting an eye and maybe a smile, right? Now, I think we all know what expression this is, right? This is happy, right? Obviously, he's a real happy dude. Let's put some happy eyebrows on him. Now you really know. So, when I said earlier you already know this stuff, this is what I'm talking about. You know what expressions look like, right? And you know that if you have a character who's happy, he's going to have big eyes, a smile, happy eyebrows. Sad is obviously going to be a frown, right? Maybe big eyes again is okay. Sad eyebrows, sad mouth. Here we have angry. You know these things, right? You can see that this is angry, right? Maybe you want to have confused. You can do that. Huh? I didn't use the guidelines there, so you don't always have to use them. But you can. I threw them in afterwards just so you could see where everything would kind of sit. But there you go. These are expressions, and in cartoons, we use these to tell stories. Pretty easy, right? And we've been working on these little guidelines to put our faces. So what we're going to do here is a quick exercise. You're going to go on a new piece of paper, and you are going to draw some head shapes. What's a head shape like? Well, one could be a circle. They don't have to be perfect. This is good. Let's say you have one that's really long and skinny. There's a head shape we can use. Let's say we have one that's wide and short. There's a head shape. What if we did one that is flat on top? There's one. We could do a squarish head, right? You could come up with as many of these as you want. A triangle-ish head. These all are funny shapes for heads. You could also just do the classic heroes. Let's make that a little bit more of like a regular egg-shaped head, right? Kind of like what we have as humans. The cartoons can have any kinds of shapes. Heck, it doesn't even have to be a head. You could have here, let's do, this one will be a loaf of bread, right? Here's a slice of bread. We'll put a face on it too. Why not? Okay, so now you got all of your head shapes. Now, here's what you can do, and what I recommend you do, and I'm going to actually create some PDFs that you can use yourself too, down below in the links. But what you can do is create what I like to call a little face book, if you will, where we're going to take an emotion for each page. So you can write up here in the corner, happy, right? And this will be your happy page. And you're going to come in here and let's put in some really light guidelines, right? Like really, really thin ones. This one's right in the middle. But here's where we're going to have some fun. You got the plus sign, right? Well, this line here, we're going to move up and down. So, and some of these, the line is going to be very high. So I'll make this one a little darker, right? We're going to put this one way up here. So the eyes are going to be really high up on the head here. On this one, they're going to be kind of in the middle because there's not really a whole lot of room to move it up and down here, but you could put it really high or really low. It's a little lower. That kind of works for a younger character. Here on this one, let's put this one kind of low, just for like a Frankensteinish kind of forehead. Here we have a big square head. Let's put it right in the middle for this one, just to see what happens. Here, really high up. And then here, on most human heads, like on a normal head, your eyes are going to be somewhere right in the middle-ish area, right? This is going to be about where the eyebrow sits, kind of like right above that line. Here, I'm just going to make a real simple human head. so you can see what I'm talking about. That's your average human head, right? Ears would be here, and there you go. So that's kind of just your basic human head. So we'll just keep this one over here. But now, for these cartoons, what are different ways you can draw happy? Well, we did earlier, we'll do the first one simple again, really big eyes. Now you can make the pupils really small to make the eyes look even bigger. See, that makes you look really, really like, wah! And then we're gonna put, remember, make sounds when you draw, by the way. You're gonna hear me go, wah, and yeah, and all sorts of weird sounds. That's how I draw. I just get in there and I make the sounds as the characters might feel them. Look, he's so excited, his eyebrows are popped up off of the head. You can do that. And in this one, we could leave the mouth empty. That's one choice. What else could we do? We could scribble it in so it's completely open, like that, but black inside, so it's kind of like showing that it's dark. Another thing you can do is you can put a tongue in there. Just put two little humps, like the letter M, a roundish letter M. See, look at this shape. There you go. Now here's a little hack for you as a cartoonist. This overlap, see, if you draw the tongue, you have to imagine, here's the tongue, right? It kind of sticks out like this. But as you look down in your throat, it kind of makes a heart shape. This is what a tongue looks like. So when you're drawing it like this, what you're doing, the tongue is inside the mouth here, but you're just drawing the sort of the back of the tongue. Now here's a cartoon hack. You can use overlapping to show which direction your face is facing, right? So this face is facing this way because this side of the tongue is in front of this side of the tongue. So you can kind of make that a point in here. And then it kind of shows that he's kind of facing this way, right? But if you wanted it to switch, here, let's just erase that real quick. And then you could go this way. And now look, it's like he's facing this way. So there's a quick cartoon hack for you. You could use it also with noses. Once we get into noses show direction of the face. You can turn it. But here's a tip. If you're going to do a nose and a tongue, you might want to make sure those overlaps go the same way. Because if not, it might look a little strange. So just a quick cartoon hack there. Okay, back to the eyes. Now what's a way we can make this one? You know, sometimes when you smile, the bottom of your eyes squint upward a little bit. So we're going to do this for the bottom of the eyes. And we're going to make him this shape up on top, right? And we're going to put him like he's looking up. And then, once again, we're going to put those eyebrows off the head. Why not? And look how big this smile is. He is so happy. He is like, wow. And we are going to do something so silly with him. We're going to give him giant teeth. They're going to come down to here. And they're going to go up to here. The cool thing about cartoons, you can think of the heads as squishy Play-Doh. And you can squish them, pull them, make them big. His head might be this head normally, but he's so excited right now that it is stretched all the way like that. You can think of it that way if you want. And this is just a way that you could draw that emotion because he's just so excited. You would have to maybe put some other characteristics. You know, to do it here, you might give him his teeth here too, just to make it look more like the same kind of character, right? So here, we'll just clean that up a little bit, right? So now he's got teeth. That's a quick hack right there too. If you want teeth in a mouth and you don't want to draw all of them, just you can use your eraser to do it if you've already colored in your mouth. If you have an eraser, if not, you can just try to draw it with that in mind. You know, you can draw it a little short and then just put a line here and a line here and a line here. Look, teeth. Do it on the top and the bottom like I did here. So if you have a mouth like this, just keep a little part there, color in between the two, and then I like to put a little line here and a line here just because your teeth don't go all the way across your mouth, although you could do it that way. I just think it makes it look kind of silly this way. So just another little cartoon trick for you there, right? Okay, what about this one? Here, we're gonna make like a baby character, a happy baby. Now, when I think of babies, I think of really big eyes, right? Because the whole world is big and they're seeing everything for the first time and they're so bright-eyed and just wondrous, right? Sure. Okay, so we're gonna get in there and sketch those eyes. It's okay to sketch them because we can go over them again. You can erase them and draw them however you want. We're gonna put big, wide pupils. This is almost, it's almost like a Martian or something. But we're gonna put a happy little face. If you want to make it look like a baby, you can put one tooth maybe, or no teeth. You know, that's okay too. Hi. You could put a little circle here and a circle here for cheeks. Big ears, make it look more like a baby because kids grow into their features. So when they're little, put his eyebrows. Now his eyebrows are going to connect to the forehead a little bit, but they're still sitting there. And does he have like one hair? Maybe. Look at that silly little baby, right? Okay, so that's a happy baby. You can make his mouth a little bigger, so put some cheeky lines on there, right? There's a character. Simple. What about this? You don't necessarily have to be jolly happy, right? You could be devious happy, right? So let's put an eye like this and an eye like this. He's gonna look a little bit angry. I'm gonna put a little eye there, and he's still happy though. So we're gonna go like a smirk, like heh. So we're gonna do like here's another cartoon hack to show direction. There's one way you can draw a mouth. If you're putting it that way, the face is facing that way. Or, it's still facing forward, but it kind of shows the intent. So if you had another character over here, you might want to put the mouth this way, so that way when he's talking, it indicates that he's talking towards this character, right? Just a thought. Let's put some ears up here, and then let's just give him like spiky hair. So yeah, he's like a bully, maybe he's really excited that he just put a tack on the teacher's chair. Does that even happen anymore? I don't know. Okay. Never happened when I was a kid either, to be honest with you. Here, let's do, here's another cartoon hack for you. Closed eyes. There you go. His eyes are closed. Let's put some happy eyebrows and a smile. Or she. It could be a she. I keep saying he, it doesn't have to be a boy's. I'm kind of just always thinking in those terms when I draw, just because I'm a boy myself, I guess. But, whatever you think, you can do it all. You can do these. Here, and then we'll just put a little cutesy hair on her and maybe a little. There you go. Now she's happy about something. Maybe she's got her favorite ice cream, right? Now, what about this guy? Now, there's not a whole lot of room up here, so we're going to put the eyes below this line and make this sort of the brow. And we're going to keep it flat. He's a tough guy, right? And we're going to give him a big nose, but he's still grinning. Just because, like I said, just because he's happy doesn't mean he's a good guy, right? Bad guys are happy too, especially when they think their plans are going to come to fruition. Put some ears up here. Now look at that. He's like a serious villain type character. We could put a little curly hair there and a curly hair there, right? Maybe he's got a collar on that comes around like this, and then his body comes, wow, big heavy dude, right? So these are all happy, right? So you can take this. You don't have to. You play around. You can put noses on here. We're not really talking about noses today. We didn't do our toast guy here. But here, let's give this one like big, like big cartoon anime, like happy glossy eyes. We'll do that. One way you can do that if you're doing a tablet or doing erasers, to draw it, fill it in, and then use your eraser to create the shiny parts, right? And then you can put them in the places you want them. It's a little easier on a tablet, I can't lie, but it's still not too tough. And then we'll just give it like a. There you go. There's like a happy toast with eyebrows. And put a little hand. There you go. So maybe little feet too. Now you got a little toast character. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so that's your happy sheet, right? You could do pages of these, and that's what I would encourage you to do, is start creating a book, and this will be your book of reference. And when you're drawing a cartoon and you're like, boy, I really want to draw a baby today, and I can't remember what's a good way to do it. Well, you can go back to this page, right, and say, oh, well, big eyes, that's a good way to do something with a baby. These are the other pages we did so far. So, you can look at that and say, well, we're going to do something with big eyes that fill up a big head. Or let's say you want to draw someone eating a tasty treat, right? Well, here you go. You can go back to your reference book and take a look at your happy page, and you remember you have someone eating a treat. You can go back and look at that, and then when you draw your new character, like this, say it's let's say it's a can of corn. A happy can of corn, right? So maybe it's got like this. Here's the top of it. And then you want it to be like so happy for some reason. Who knows why? In your cartoon, it might be because it's you're gonna be opened by the can opener, and that's like a big treat for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. We all have our reasons. So anyway, here's maybe a can of corn. Happy can of corn. And you can go back and say, I had the tongue sticking out. Maybe that makes sense here. Maybe not. But you can refer back to that page that you had over here, right? And you can say, well, we had the eyes closed. We can use that over here. It's kind of an easy way to keep track of different ways to draw stuff, right? So that's your happy page. Let's do another page. Let's do a quick angry page. These are fun. I like angry is a fun emotion to draw because you can really make your characters squishy and do some really fun stuff. So let's do some head shapes, right? Let's do some different kinds this time. I'm gonna put like a little, almost like a squash shape there with a little head up here, a little funny looking forehead shape. Let's do this one more like an upside down triangle. We haven't done that one yet, right? Can you do this with irregular shapes? Sure. If you want to have like a one that's like kind of lumpy for a monster or something, you can do that. I suppose that's fine, especially for angry, right? Although you can have happy monsters too. There's no rules. Let's do like a long, tall head. Once again, we'll do like a basic. Here, let's do that in one swoop. Basic human head, right? So you get the look of that too, so you know kind of what the baseline is. We'll put our guidelines in there. Now this angry face, his eyebrows would be about there. His mouth might be like that, right? Here's his ears. And there's just your average angry face, right? Here, let's get our guidelines nice and thin in here. Then we'll figure out where we're gonna put our eyes. All right, so on this one, we'll put him low down here. So he has a big funny forehead, or this could end up being like a bun on a teacher's head. You don't know. Sometimes the shape will guide what you end up drawing. Here, we'll put this one kind of high, so it's going to be a really odd looking character, but that's okay. Maybe it'll be an alien. We can try that. Now, when you have irregular shapes, there's really no rules to where you can put this. In my opinion, this looks like as good a place as any to try to put the eyes. So we'll come back to that one, right? And then we'll put these a little bit higher than you might think, right there. Okay, so now let's make some angry. Now there are different ways to draw angry. The classic circle eyes, right? With just like once again, little tiny pupils. And there you go. There's your classic angry face. And put a little thing under there to make it look like his lip is sticking out a little bit. You can make it open. If you do that, you can put the teeth in there. Clenched teeth look good for anger. So you just put a line through those teeth, right? That's just like this. So you got the angry, and then with like the frown, you can see it just like, right? What else? What is slitty eyes? Like if you're really angry, your eyes might be like really small, like this. So you might do that and put those pupils in there, and then just like, here, let's try that one on this. We're gonna give them like just really, make them thin, like really, and then, I don't know. Will this look good? Who knows? Let's make it. His eyebrows are huge because he's so mad, and then we're just gonna go like, what? I don't know. It's maybe his head isn't normally shaped like this, but he's so mad it's like squinching up. Here you can like really like, he's just like gritting his teeth so hard. Maybe we just make his eyes closed if he's doing that. I don't know. This one isn't really working, right? If you don't like it, that's okay. Throw it away. Don't throw it away. Just move on. You can draw. In fact, you shouldn't throw anything away, really. I do that just for speed here. But here, let's draw another one that's the same shape. And we say, well, you know what? The eyes didn't really make me happy up there. I couldn't really get it going the way I wanted. Let's put them down here. And let's make it angry. We're just going to go like that. Oh, now, see? Now we got something. This looks a little more natural, right? Even though it's extremely exaggerated, right? It just seems to work more. And sometimes you'll have to just play with that. Is there a way to make this one angry? Sure. Let's try this. Let's give it just a flat eyebrow like that. And then I'll squish his teeth together like that. And he's just like, maybe we go like that a little bit. And he's saying something. See? Now that looks a little bit more like a cartoon that you might be able to repeat. I don't know. Sometimes it just works better. Let's go over here. Don't be afraid to experiment, though. That's the thing, right? We tried one shape of eye like that. It didn't quite work. That's okay. We tried something else and it worked. Here, let's give this one. This is gonna be a monster, right? So we're gonna give this one like one big eye like this. And another thing you do is like really like put a line underneath it too to bury that eye in there, make it look like he's really angry. And then this one's gonna be squinched shut, just he's like squinting it shut. And then we're gonna go like this for the mouth. Just make like a shape. We're gonna put some goo in there just by making some curves. I'll show you all these little tricks, right? And now you have this cool looking monster. Maybe he's got like one horn sticking out of his head here. And, put a little nose. There you go. Why not? Let's fill this in. Now his mouth is closed. You got goo. Monster. What's another way? Let's have the eyes completely closed. And just a big, almost like we're almost bending the mouth all the way around. He's so mad. And then you know what you can do in a cartoon? They do this a lot. You can have like smoke or just waves of anger coming out of his head. You know what we could do with this one? I just thought of this. We could take this line out, right? Could take this off and check this out. It's almost like his head is like, and then like he's so mad at his head just like exploded. Maybe we open his mouth for that now. Right? And fire coming out. He's so mad. So this is an angry book, right? So you do pages of these. You can, one way you can organize them a little more nicely is to make them into grids. I'm big on grids. Make like 6 of them, and then just fill them in with those head shapes. So there's a couple more examples there for you of some pages you might create for your own book of faces, your own reference work. Like I said, keep drawing, draw every day. That's one of the most important things you can do. Make a page of these for each emotion, make 2 pages, make 10 pages, however many you want to do. Look at your favorite cartoons, see how they draw different faces, see how they do happy, how they do sad. One thing you'll probably see that they all have in common is that you can tell exactly what the emotion is just from looking at it. Alright everybody, keep on cartooning. It's Eraser Crumbs with another episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.
Yay!